One person is in the hospital after a shooting involving officers in Federal Heights. The Federal Heights Police Department also says an officer is being treated for injuries.
That's right, and we are working to gather more details from the scene at this hour. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj joins us live from the area. Shalima, what have you learned so far?
Well, right now the details are still emerging. We are told right now that closure, it stretches from West 88th all the way up to West 92nd. That's going to remain in place here. So anybody who's trying to make their way through the area know that there are going to be detours that you are going to have to take. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see the scene here. But we do, of course, have police from Federal Heights, from Thornton, Westminster. That tent back there just went up a few moments ago. What we know, this is an active, ongoing investigation. We have one person who was transported to hospital and one Federal Heights officer who is receiving medical evaluation for minor injuries. We are told at this moment that the incident is going to be investigated by the 17th Judicial District Critical Response Team. So that will be happening. We're also going to be expecting to hear from police as well to be able to get a better sense of exactly what transpired here. But if I can draw your attention here, you can definitely see there's a lot of vehicles more towards that self-storage business over there. We actually got a closer look, but we've just been gradually moved further and further away from the scene. But we can tell you there are a lot of vehicles, investigators concentrating their efforts on that particular location. So right now we've been bumped back to about 90th. And so we're just waiting to hear from someone again to get those deals. So just to recap again, an officer involved shooting here in this area. Police on scene investigating. We did have paramedics arrive here as well. So we are just going to wait for that update. And the minute we get it, we're going to bring it straight to you. Live in Westminster, Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.
All right, Shalima, thank you. Let us know and we will get back to you. In the meantime, today Evergreen High School went back to school for the first time since the shooting on campus 2 weeks ago. The two teens injured remain in the hospital tonight. Returning back to the building, obviously, is going to be a slow process. Today and tomorrow, students are there on a shorter day schedule. Classroom learning is set to start on Monday. A full-time resource officer, by the way, is also being assigned to the school. Also, just in at this hour, we are hearing more about the second victim shot at the school. Today, the family of the 14-year-old victim released a statement saying he and a friend actually confronted the shooter before any alarms or lockdowns, allowing time for others to run. After being shot, he was able to run himself out of the school and receive aid from an EMT. He's had multiple surgeries and remains in the hospital at this hour. We're going to take a live look outside right now. We are getting closer to the weekend, and that's always good. Also, the weather's looking up, and with a picture like that, my goodness.
It looks like a postcard. It's gorgeous outside, a lot of sunshine. I hear Kathy. Look, there she is.
Hi, guys.
Chief Meteorologist Kathy Saban. It's perfect fall weather.
It is. And Phil, you could tell that Sam lost her voice. She's been yelling and screaming about how great the weather is.
Yes, that's how she lost her voice. You're right.
She needs to save what's left of the voice because it's going to get even better heading toward the weekend. And today, I don't know if you noticed, but the sky just extra blue, less haze. We had a little bit of smoke the last couple of weeks. And then, of course, we had that stormy start to the week with the record rainfall, the snow, kind of snow-capped peaks in the distance. Just so pretty. But look at the leaves starting to change along the Front Range. This could be peak weekend for peak color. So start planning that fall foliage adventure. Temperatures this afternoon seasonal in the 70s and 80s. Will go warmer tomorrow. Dew point is kind of an indication of moisture available in the atmosphere for showers and storms, and these numbers are low where we would expect them for this time of year. The wind is light out of the northeast. That will be a trend that will continue throughout the evening. We're tracking a system off to the west that may bring in a bit of cloud cover and maybe, if we're lucky, some showers to the Four Corners area. Not an overly impressive storm system, but it's something. It's out there. Meantime, high pressure is our dominant feature, keeping the storm track north. We'll have a high thin veil of clouds come in tomorrow, but in spite of that, temperatures will go warmer today and top out in the lower 80s. So tonight, 70s by 7 o'clock, 50s by about midnight. Weather headlines include a warmer, drier weather trend, kind of seasonal temperatures in the forecast. You're probably wondering, how long can this last? I'll answer that question, and we'll look ahead and I'll let you know when the next round of mountain snow will be on the way.
Oh, excellent. All right, Kathy, thank you. A business in Loveland says it's struggling to stay open because of construction.
Yeah, the city is revitalizing around 19 blocks of the downtown area. Sky 9 captured video of the Heart Improvement Project, which is underway. The city says much needed upgrades are in the works. However, some local shops say that the work has led to a slow summer. 9 News Northern Colorado reporter Amanda Gilbert spoke to both.
Working on some cake pops for a wedding this afternoon.
A love for Loveland inspired Dana Brungart to start Be Sweet Cupcakes.
Normally the summer is a huge, busy time. We see tourists and things like that.
But this summer, that's not the case.
Our walk-in business is down about 40%.
It is what it is. It'll be done eventually, so.
Over at Rosie's Barbershop, others feel that construction woes are worth it.
And it will be a pain, but I think that, as a community, it's going to be better for all of us.
Loveland Downtown Development Authority's Executive Director Sean Hawkins says some of the updates are needed.
The conditions on this street have been challenged for a long time. Our water line here is 1920. Our storm sewer is collapsing in a few places, and then the utility connections to many of our businesses are just as old.
Hawkins says they're trying to help locals.
But we are really encouraging the public to keep coming downtown and then using good signage to make sure that they can find our businesses as well.
Dana says it's not enough.
Right. No grants, no assistance, nothing whatsoever that we could use. If there were grants out there, we could use that to do our own direct marketing to try and get more people in the door. Where we're not sure, even once the project is finished, if it's finished in the next month or so, whether or not we'll be able to stay in business because we're at such a deficit.
She's worried heading into winter.
Closing up shop and walking away would be really sad.
In Loveland, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
Amanda, thank you. The Downtown Development Alliance says the entire project will hopefully be completed winter of next year, weather permitting. Anyone who shops in downtown Loveland during construction starting February 24th is eligible to win a $100 Downtown Loveland gift card.
Right now, with another government shutdown looming, the White House is raising the stakes, asking federal agencies to prepare for mass firings, not just furloughs, if the government partially shuts down next week. A memo obtained by NBC News is from the Office of Management and Budget. It directs agencies to consider firings for projects that run out of funding October 1st and don't have alternative funding sources. Unlike a furlough, which, as you know, is temporary, lasting only through the length of the shutdown, these job losses would be permanent. And the clock is ticking to reach a deal. That deadline is next Tuesday at midnight.
As calls are mounting to release Jeffrey Epstein's files, additional information has been handed to the House Oversight Committee. The Epstein estate is complying with a subpoena and turned over another batch of documents to officials. So here's what they include: a spreadsheet of handwritten messages, plus emails, flight logs, and cash transaction ledgers. The estate has asked the committee to hold back on releasing information to the public until a review of potential redactions can be made. Some high-profile Republicans, including President Trump, have been pushing to prevent more information about the convicted sex offender from being released. Sean Diddy Combs was back in court today before next week's sentencing. His lawyers are asking for his conviction to be vacated, but a judge didn't rule on that today. Combs faces up to 20 years in prison if the July 2nd conviction stands. In a court filing earlier this week, his lawyers suggested a 14-month sentence. That would see him released soon, as he would be credited for the time he has already spent in jail. Sentencing will happen next Friday.